Today we are making chicken stew. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. First, we need to prepare the star of the show, which is the chicken. As you can see, I'm using add chicken for this recipe, but feel free to use any type of chicken you have available. You can use add chicken or soft chicken. The most important thing is to just get chicken. Make sure you clean your chicken properly. Clean thoroughly. Just make sure you clean till you are satisfied. Now our chicken is clean and it's time to boil. Put a pot on the stove and add your chicken. I added my onion, garlic, ginger, thyme, curry, the seasoning cube and salt. Do well to add any ingredient, any seasoning of your choice. Just make sure you add the appropriate ingredients to make the chicken taste good. I mixed the seasoning with the chicken and make sure they are well combined, and added a bit of water to allow it to boil. It is important that you check your chicken and stir it together at intervals to make sure every part of the chicken is cooked. I checked on the chicken again and saw that it was already cooked. I set it aside for frying. Now it's time to fry the chicken. I fried the chicken in 2 batches. I fried the chicken until it was golden brown and took out the first batch and added the second batch for frying as well. To make the stew, I have 1 bell pepper, 2 shepherd peppers, 3 tomatoes, 3 scotch bonnet pepper and 1 onion. So I blended that and set it aside. Now it's time to start frying the stew. The oil that was used to fry the chicken, I poured it into the pot. It wasn't going to be enough, so I added a bit more oil and I added my onions, diced onions. It has garlic and ginger in it. I stirred it together and allowed it to fry. I added thyme and curry powder to the oil and the onions that was frying. I stirred that together and added the pepper mix at this point. I stirred it together and allowed it to cook. While the pepper is cooking, make sure you're checking it at intervals so that it doesn't get burnt. You stir it together and make sure everything is well combined and cooked. I added foil paper to cover it at this point because it was splashing and I didn't want it to mess up everywhere. Just keep checking and stirring to make sure the pepper mix is cooked. At this point, I added the seasoning cube and a bit of salt and covered it to cook. At this point, the stew was already cooked enough to add the chicken. I added the fried chicken at this point, stirred it together and covered it to cook. Look at how good the stew looks. I covered it again and allowed it to continue cooking. I made sure I was checking it from time to time and stirring it to make sure everything was well cooked. At this point, the stew has really cooked and we can see the oil already floating at the top of the stew. That shows that the stew was ready, and you can see I gave a thumbs up because the stew was ready at this point. I just wanted it to cook for a bit. You can see how beautiful the stew looks. It even tastes much better than it looks. And that's it, our chicken stew is ready. You can see that it's such a simple recipe to make. Please try it out and let me know how it tastes. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and drop a comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.